I don't think he could have got it much more wrong than this. This is the 21st of October 2020, right? This is the Prime Minister speaking just over 10 days ago.
I think it is the height of absurdity, Mr. Speaker, that he stands up and attacks the economic consequences of the measures that we're obliged to take across some parts of the country when he wants to turn the lights out with a full national lockdown, taking kids... that was his policy last week anyway, wasn't it? Perhaps he could confirm that's still his policy. Is that what he wants to do?
And, of course, rather than saying from the start, well, maybe we should all pull together, maybe don't use this as an attempt to bite chunks out of it, a week before that, on the 14th of October, he had this to say.
Mr. Speaker, the plan is the plan that the right honourable gentleman supported on Monday. And the whole point, Mr. Speaker, is to seize this moment now to avoid the misery of another national lockdown into which he wants to go headlong by delivering a regional solution. And, Mr. Speaker, opportunism is, I'm afraid, the name of the game for the party opposite, because they backed the rule of six, or he backed the rule of six, and then refused to vote for it. I think at 3 o'clock, Mr. Speaker, the Shadow Health spokesman said that a national lockdown would be disastrous. At 5 o'clock, he was calling for it, Mr. Speaker.
And that's the saddest thing about this whole saga, is that Boris Johnson and many of his closest advisors and colleagues are psychologically incapable of approaching anything as if it's not a fight. You know, he has to sort of try and bite chunks out of Keir Starmer. Who does that help? Who does that keep alive? Who does that keep safe? Has to sort of score pathetic points in this sabre-rattling, confrontational, contrarian context in Parliament. And I just think it harms us all. But it harms him the most because it means this inability to resist the urge to deliver the zing or the insult or the verbal blow. He can't help it. And then 10 days later, he's got to undertake a complete reverse ferret. And he's psychologically incapable of admitting that he's done anything wrong. So he ends up doing what he described as absurd while also pretending that he hasn't done anything wrong. And that's why we go into this one. Well, I do at least. And if you've been listening to me since the beginning of the last one, you'll know that some of you think for far too long, clung on to the defences that better late than never. You know, just because they got it wrong yesterday doesn't mean they'll get it wrong tomorrow. We all have to hope that he gets it right. I'm running out of hope. I don't think he could have got it much more wrong than this. What do you think?